And a very good evening to all my viewers. It is Saturday, December 23rd, 2022. It is exactly 8:22 p.m. and we are here with some breaking news, not just on the West Island, not just affecting the West Island, but all of Montreal, most of Quebec, and in fact a very large part of North America. We got a major storm happening right now, and well, yours truly is here to bring you footage, coverage, and I'll get to the details in a minute. Just a couple of things to point out. It is windy, so if you can't hear me much, I do apologize in advance. That's the first thing I want to say. Second thing I want to say is, of course, it is nighttime. I'm in right now a blackout zone, so I got to be very careful. Other thing I want to point out is it's not like a thunderstorm or a traditional lightning storm in the summer where it blows by for a half an hour and then clears up. No, this storm is going to be lasting for hours, and it's also very cold. So right now in Montreal, Quebec, Canada, it's about -10 with the wind chill probably about -15, and we are under right now a flash freeze warning and a wind warning. So what's going on? Well, I'm going to explain. First of all, I did choose this area because, well, there's a blackout going on and I wanted to film this as best I could, to give you an idea of what it looks like. By the way, I have this very handy flashlight right here. I'm going to show you how strong this is. Look at that beam of light. So I'm not going to use this unless I really have to, but it does shine quite far. Very powerful tool to have. So we have a big apartment complex here that's out of power. So we're going to walk around here, and if this looks familiar to you, well, it is. This is where, ironically, the big flood happened a couple of years ago, where I was filming footage back in 2019 and of course 2017. And now we got a winter version of a storm. So there's a big apartment complex there. I'm going to show you how bright my light is in a moment. I'm going to shine it on the wall up there. But for now, I'll just show you this walk. So again, we're on Gwent Boulevard right now, heading eastbound. I'm going to try to go on some side streets soon. The other thing I want to mention is my camera, of course, is an electronic device. And it is cold, which means it is susceptible to getting affected by the cold, so I got to be careful with that. And speaking of cold, my hands are freezing. I didn't put my gloves on yet. I'll show you the flashlight quickly here on this building. Not shining it on windows, just shining it on the side of the building. Just wanted to show you how powerful this is. So yeah, this is basically where the flood happened, where my flood video happened a few years ago. And it's really interesting to be filming this winter storm now. Look at that wind on the flag. So basically we're getting wind gusts right now, probably 90 kilometers per hour easily. Don't know what that is in miles per hour. I'd have to convert it. I'll probably put it in the description. But look at those flags. There you can see in the distance where there is power. I gotta put my gloves on because my hands are becoming numb. Alright, hang in there. Gloves on now. So I'll just be patient here. I had to press play before I put them on. Got one on, and there's a snowplow. I put the other one on. Alright, there we go. So, yeah, hopefully this works out. I do have gloves on, which kind of makes it a bit harder to hold the phone, but it's too cold for the gimbal. The gimbal does not like the cold. But anyway, we'll walk around here, and whoa, I got my flashlight. Just rearrange my backpack as well. Now I could put the flash on my phone while I film, but I prefer not to, just to save battery. But yeah, as you can see, we have quite strong winds, and I'll show you different areas. I'm not just going to stay where there's a blackout. I'm also going to be going to places where there is power as well. And oh, I hear a fire truck. Hopefully we'll get some response tonight. I know there was actually a fire, ironically, a few blocks from here earlier, but I was not in the area, and I actually only found out about it an hour ago. So just to put things in perspective, today the temperature was about 10 degrees Celsius at one point. Now it's, like I said, minus 10 with the wind chill much colder. So I have my gloves on, it's much more comfortable. But yeah, that's why they call it a flash freeze. I was actually doing a guest appearance on another channel, a bass guy show, with Jack Casey, and I did a call-in for Skype with Skype, using the Skype app. And yeah, when I was on the air with Jack, that's when the big cold front actually moved through. Quite incredible to actually see a cold front coming in from the distance. Oh yeah, fire station's right there, by the way. That's going to be a good place to film maybe later. So anyways, that was very interesting to see. Oh, there's a ladder truck. Or maybe a pumper, not sure. But anyways, yeah, so I was talking to Jack on the show. I'll put a link in the description so you can see. And he got the storm because he's in the West Island as well. And I was in Verdun. And you can actually see that snow moving in slowly from the distance. He got it first and I got it. I had to cut my interview short, but I was on there for at least half an hour. And yeah, I'll put a link to his website as well. Here's the municipal building. If you remember anything about my flood videos, this is where they were doing the sandbag, filling up the sandbags. So look, I'm not going to film too long because I want to preserve my battery in case there's anything interesting that happens. You know, maybe a tree falls, or I'm going to stick around the fire station here and maybe get a response or two, which is pretty much a guarantee. Is this 57? It's the Pierrefonds station. Anyways, yeah, so now we're coming up to Pierrefonds Boulevard. And like I said, gonna go probably warm up for a bit. Oh, we got some flares on the road. That's because it's an intersection. So yeah, you know, if you live in a part of the world where you don't get snow or this kind of weather, well, this is for you. That's why I come out here and film. And you know, I bring it to your living room safely, and at the same time I'm out here getting exercise and enjoying this. I actually do enjoy this. I love this weather. This is what my channel's about. Filming interesting weather, extreme weather. We had the floods a couple of years ago here, 2017 and 2019. So it's all full of water. And now it's a windstorm and a snowstorm. There's a 205 stop. Yeah, so I'm gonna hang out at the fire station here for a bit, see if I get a response. That would be quite a scene. As you saw earlier in the video, a truck did go by. And on the way here I saw a truck as well. But there's the view facing west on Pierrefonds Boulevard. Look at that, total blackout all the way down. This is what they mean when they said there was a flash freeze warning. All this ice you see right here, about 4 or 5 hours ago, this was all water, slush. Now it's completely frozen. The temperature was about 7 degrees Celsius earlier. Now it's about minus 10 Celsius, below zero. So, and with the wind, it probably feels like minus 15 degrees Celsius. So all that water, all that rain we got earlier in the day is now turning to pure ice. And that's why we have a flash freeze warning. And as you can see, the winds are picking up once again as this massive continental storm sweeps through the Montreal area.